Yo, YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to the Rated R for Wrestling Studios.
What up, Marks?
Guys, Monday Night Raw just finished up. We have one takeaway from Monday Night Raw Legends Night. You know how these Legends shows usually go, these Raw Homecomings, these Raw Old Schools. They never really turn out that well. The Legends are just kind of there collecting whatever kind of paycheck they're going to get, and they don't really get involved too much, and it's mostly just kind of a bad show, which Monday Night Raw was, minus the final matchup. But one hell of an ending to the show that was awkward, weird, and that got a collective groan from all the WWE fans out there, wrestling fans out there, collective groan and a what the hell when they get with the ending of this show. So we have one takeaway for you guys. We're gonna get into it. Before we do it, you gotta drop a like on this video and previous videos. Also, the subscribe button if you're watching the video. You're not subscribed to the channel. Notification bells, you guys when those new videos drop. Follow me on social media: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all the same handles on social media platforms. Follow me on there. Description section below. You know you got those links: Amazon, Fight TV, highspots.com, Honor Club. Sign up, shop through there, use those links back towards the channel. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's get right into it. Monday Night Raw, one takeaway from the show. Monday Night Raw started off with the Miz TV and their special guest, The New Day. I thought this was a terrible segment.
Yeah, it was
top
just
to bottom. Yeah,
just like a joke. I mean, they didn't really solve anything. It didn't really help anybody. It just them yapping and saying dumb things. And all right, I guess that's where we're going.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of any of this. I didn't like any of it. I thought it was bad, poorly done. I'm tired of the talk shows on the shows. I'm tired of it. Miz TV, KO show, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm tired of these talk shows. They're really bad, really poorly done. Yeah, that was pretty much it. They got into an argument. Here comes Teddy Long to say like you're gonna take on Miz Morrison. Take on the Undertaker. So it was a little funny shot at Teddy Long, as he used to say that a bunch of times on SmackDown when he was the GM. Adam Pearce comes out and says, no, you can't do that. Do it 2-on-2. So he sets up a tag team match, The Miz and Morrison against The New Day. Yeah, that match was what it was. The New Day defeated Miz and Morrison. Miz and Morrison still do not seem as a credible team, nor does Miz as Mr. Money in the Bank, even after getting it for the second time.
Yeah, no, this was just a bad segment. It was a filler to start, and then we just had a little joke, and then we have a tag team match that really did nothing for anybody. Yeah. Just, again, they're weak. Miz and Morrison are weak right now. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make absolutely any sense whatsoever right now. They do not look any more viable as a threat to anybody in the tag team division or in singles competition. So that continues to go on. Next thing on the show, we had AJ Styles taking on Elias. AJ Styles beats Elias one more time. So he beat him last week, and he beats him again this week. So almost gets involved at the end to kind of help him out with Jackson Riker coming in with the guitar. He puts up his leg and kicks the guitar away. So I guess this feud will continue most likely into the Royal Rumble, because AJ Styles did announce that he will be entering the 2021 Royal Rumble. So we'll see him in there. He is one of my favorites to win the matchup, to win the Royal Rumble. So we'll see what happens with him later on. Next thing on the show, we have Charlotte Flair and Asuka going against Peyton Royce, Lacey Evans. I'm starting to like Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce better as a team, but again, why break up the Iconics from the start? It made no sense.
Yeah, like if you're gonna put Peyton back into a tag team, what was the point of getting rid of the tag team? I do like the tag team a little more because they're just more viable. Because Billie Kay was kind of like the weak link, and Lacey Evans is better in ring. But still, it's like, why are we gonna put her back into a tag team?
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it didn't make no sense. But this matchup is all about Charlotte Flair and Ric Flair, because Ric Flair is on the outside. Remember, it is Legends Night, so Ric Flair's on the outside, and he gets involved because Lacey Evans kind of seduces him a little bit, and Ric Flair, the way he is, he's down with it. Ends up costing the match for Asuka and Charlotte Flair, and then Charlotte Flair banishes her father away and saying, get away from me, get out of my business, and all that stuff like that. So
Rick just wanted to show Lacey Evans Space Mountain. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. It's just that's what he is, Ric Flair, baby. Come on.
Yeah, that is true, but I guess this is just a way maybe to stop the whole father-son at all times. Every time I do a Legends Night or I do something, Ric Flair's there. He's obviously going to be there with his daughter. Maybe this is the end of that. So we'll see what happens later.
Doubt it.
Next thing on the show, we had Matt Riddle in the backstage area talking to Big Show, joking around who's going to have his match. He ends up having his match against Bobby Lashley. This is an interesting matchup because there's a spot where he gets Riddle in the Hurt Lock, and he tapped out, forcing Lashley to break the hold, but the referee didn't see it. The match continued, and Riddle scored the win with the roll up. So Lashley takes a loss here. MVP super upset about it, for obvious reasons. So we'll see what happens with that later on. Now, these are the Randy Orton things, because Randy Orton last week, the show cut to black with him holding the lit match, looking like he was going to burn Alexa Bliss. He didn't.
Did he or did he?
He says he didn't do it. Obviously we don't know for sure, but he said he didn't do it, and he said he was really upset with himself for not doing it, and he's going to take it out on the legends. Obviously, he's the legend killer. He's gonna take it out on all the legends, kind of punk every single legend he walks up to out. So he starts with the Big Show, punks the Big Show out. Then he punks out Mark Henry, and then he punks out Ric Flair.
a broken leg, like just in a little wheelie cart. Mark Henry. It's just like, man, they were like, hey, we're gonna bring you guys back so Randy Orton could just shit on you the entire night.
Exactly.
All right, good job, guys. Thanks for here's your paycheck.
Yeah, they got a paycheck for Randy Orton just to shit on him the entire night. And that's what happened. Next thing the show was Dana Brooke taking on Shayna Baszler. So Mandy Rose made her way into the ring. She was supposed to have a match with Shayna, and then she got attacked by Shayna. So it was what it was. She left the match, in doubt with attacking Mandy Rose. So Brooke hit the ring, demanded the match with Baszler. Was what it was. Brooke got the win, defeating Baszler.
Surprise win.
I guess this is what it is. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of any of this stuff. So why not just have the match
50 back and forth?
Why not just have the match with Mandy and Shayna Baszler from the start? Why do the breakup? And then it makes no sense.
Because we're saving it for next week. Who knows? God knows. Who knows anymore what's going on?
I guess no Nia Jax on the show. Next thing on the show, we had Jeff Hardy taking on Randy Orton. Orton gets the win here. He even had the spot where Orton sticks his fingers in the big gaping holes in the earlobes of Jeff Hardy and pulls on him. So it's a pretty nasty spot there. But Orton gets the win. That's pretty much all there is to that. Nothing much else to go with there. Next thing on the show, we had the Lucha House Party taking on the Hurt Business. Lucha House Party gets the win here, and they upset Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin at the end of this too. So that's 2 losses tonight for the Hurt Business.
Again, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they do this. Like they're like both champs lost in stupid ways. Just like keep them strong, keep them dominant. Like what's the point? What does this add? Like they didn't win the belts. We're gonna go on for maybe 2 weeks of this, and then we'll just forget about them. It's just like keep them strong. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't really. It was a solid matchup, but it just doesn't really make any sense whatsoever. To have Hurt Business take 2 losses in the night. I can understand maybe the Matt Riddle one because you want to build Matt Riddle. But Lucha House Party, I mean, for real, they're on NXT. Taking on the Santos Escobar's crew. So Legado de Fantasma. So I don't know what the point of it is, but it makes no sense. All right, let's get to the next thing. It was WWE Championship match. You had Drew McIntyre taking on Keith Lee. Before in the night, you had Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart, roll up to Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, and then it would be a Drew McIntyre and Hulk Hogan pose off and kind of get in the rub from Hulk Hogan, saying that McIntyre is the man. So the matchup between Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee was a tremendous matchup. It was very, very well done. Very, very good matchup between the two. But in the end, you have Keith Lee losing to Drew McIntyre. Obviously, we all knew it was going to happen. But the interesting thing about this is that all the legends were watching this match from the
clapping along.
Yeah, clapping along. So it's a major rub for both guys. So it's a good spot for Keith Lee, which leads me even more to believe that this guy's going to win the Royal Rumble this year. He is my top #1 favorite to win.
Risky, but okay.
Yeah,
all right, we'll see.
And I think this solidifies that just because of the fact that they had all the legends there, and it's the major rub he's getting from all that, plus taking the champion to his limits, getting the fist bump at the end from Drew McIntyre, seeing him as his equal in the ring. And I just think it elevates Keith Lee a ton, and it makes him the odds-on favorite to win the Royal Rumble matchup.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Great match. Keith Lee just doing what he does, have great matches with all types of guys, different sizes, whatever. He always has a great match. I mean, I haven't seen how the guy have a bad match yet. Yeah. So I'm excited to see the future for Keith Lee going from here. They definitely did it right. He lost the match as he should, but he was kept strong. He looked better. He came off better. He came off more viable after the match, so they succeeded in that aspect. This is a match that could have been a main event at the Royal Rumble instead of what we get later on. But I do agree with you. I know it's kind of like it's still kind of iffy. It's still early. Maybe the next couple of weeks, the booking will let us know more going into Royal Rumble. But yeah, Keith Lee is definitely a favorite. I mean, he has to be a lot of people's favorite. I mean, right now, the Vegas odds are him for sure because of his performance on Monday night. So hopefully Keith Lee is on for bigger and better things. He could be main eventing WrestleMania in his first year on the main roster. Like, that's big stuff.
Yeah, that's like Roman Reigns type stuff. So that could be what could we see. But this would have been the takeaway of the show if it was the last thing on the show, which it wasn't, because surprisingly they were gonna have a conversation, McIntyre was grabbing the mic to talk about Keith Lee, and I guess to give him props for the matchup that they just had and all that. Now my pick was for Royal Rumble to be Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen because this is takeaway number one. The one man that does come out is the man behind us, and this Bill Goldberg. He comes out and cuts a pointless promo to me because you obviously know that Drew McIntyre is babyface champion. He's the respectful champion, the fighting champion. He comes out and says that you see all those people, all those legends up there as old, washed up has-beens, and you think you're better than them even in their heyday. You show no respect. So this is all about respect.
When did he do that? He never did any of that.
I never got any of that. This is the first time he's interacting with legends, pretty much, since he's been WWE champion. So
no, I mean,
you got this feeling.
He literally fought Randy Orton because Randy Orton was taking out Big Show and Christian and all those guys. Like he literally fought in the honor of those guys. And we're talking about he's like, this doesn't even make any sense. It's not even logical. It's just stupid. And Goldberg's just coming out and I think he messed up. I don't know. Was that what he was supposed to say? I don't
think he was. Yeah, I don't think he was supposed to.
I don't know. Like, was he concussed again? Like he was bleeding again from the forehead. He probably had to bang his head in the locker room and do a goddamn promo. I don't know, man. It didn't make any sense. And then we have to see this old man who, yes, 20 years ago was a monster. Now he's just an older guy who's still in good shape for an older guy. But when you look at Drew McIntyre, like he pushes him down on the floor. Like, come on, like, are you serious? No.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
I did forget about the fact that Randy Orton did attack all those legends, so he wasn't the ring. He showed respect to all those legends. Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Christian, Big Show. He showed respect to all of those. I forgot about that happening, right? So there's precedent there that he has respect for them. So this made absolutely no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
He's challenging Drew McIntyre to a match at the Royal Rumble to show him respect for the legends of the business. Stupid aspect of like. No continuity. There's stupid logic behind all this. If that's what it was supposed to have been said by Goldberg, it's dumb as hell. Now, McIntyre takes the mic from him saying that it doesn't make any sense what he's saying. He's never shown any of that, which I thought was funny because it felt like McIntyre's kind of calling him out on the spot for it.
Like, hey, you fucked up, bro. That wasn't on the script.
Like he's really, going at him, and saying that, that's not true what you're saying, and why are you saying? Because it makes no sense for him to say it.
Yeah.
So he ends up insulting Goldberg afterwards, saying like, wrestling you would be wrestling like it'd be like having a match against my dad. And then Goldberg takes offense to that, and he pushes his ass. He pushes Drew McIntyre around his ass, and then the show just ends. And I felt like the timing of the show was off. The way
it just went to straight up Steve Austin, like really quick. I was like, "Whoa, that's it."
Yeah, really quick. There was also a skip there. Like if you watch it, there's a skip happening in the video feed. So I'm not sure if that was edited or what the story was there, but it was very, very strange. And I don't know. Goldberg is just not. He messes up a lot, on live television. So I don't know what it is, but this is the match that we're gonna get to Royal Rumble.
I just don't know why we keep going back to this. Like it's like Goldberg a few years ago when he fought Brock Lesnar, made a comeback. That was fun. It was cool. It was a great little moment. And then they pushed it too far. We had to beat Kevin Owens, and he was the champion for a while. That was too much. And then we did it again recently, just earlier this year, and we're gonna go back to it for what? For what? He has terrible matches. It's just not gonna be. You could have just done Keith Lee versus Drew, and it would have been a great main event, or him versus Sheamus would have been a great main event because they've been building this little storyline. But no, Vince has to go back to the well and bring out Goldberg again. And the best part is 15 years ago when Goldberg was still in great shape and can actually, not blow himself up in the first 2 minutes of a match, they never used him right. He was there a year and they threw him away. I don't understand what the hard on is with Goldberg and Vince. He just needs him for some reason to give a crap match. It's going to be a stupid 2-minute match that's not going to help anybody. You might as well even have Drew McIntyre have a match at the Royal Rumble. What's the point? It's not like a crowd's coming. So what does it even matter?
Well, we can all take solace in the fact that they're doing this match at the Royal Rumble. So there is another pay-per-view in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. That'd be Elimination Chamber. Yeah. So we may get lucky as to not getting the Goldberg match at WrestleMania, him against Reigns or him being champion going in. I think this is just a match because they need a star to be on the show.
Sheamus to be on the show
with McIntyre. So they have Goldberg doing the match. He'll probably end up losing, get another big win for Drew McIntyre, get the rub off of Goldberg after taking out two monsters in a little bit over a year or less than a year. You have him taking out Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and then him taking out Goldberg at Royal Rumble. Maybe you have
monster, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. So and they could just have Sheamus and Keith Lee be the last final 2 or the final 4 in the Royal Rumble because they have their own little feud going on there. So there's a lot of things they can do, but that's takeaway number 1. Goldberg appears, screws up the promo, we think, because it didn't make any sense. It was nonsensical and no continuity to it, so it was all bad stuff.
In fact, I'm not gonna blame Goldberg. I think that's just WWE creative and the writing team.
I don't think he would mess up that bad. Yeah,
completely throw away their like a freaking match they had. Literally, like probably July, August that match happened. So it's like that reason for the whole fight happening, and they just for whatever, it didn't happen.
Makes
we
no
forgot
sense,
about it. Don't worry about it. It's just lazy, lazy,
and not.
We remember WWE.
Yeah, lazy and not thinking of the continuity and keeping that in place.
No.
But that's the video we got for you guys. We appreciate you guys for watching and hearing our rants about Goldberg. That's a one takeaway from Monday Night Raw. Not the best show. Another bad Raw. Legends Night does not help.
Sucks.
So it is what it is. Goldberg is back, and we're gonna get him versus McIntyre at the Rumble. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow the social medias. The links in the description section below. Hit those links. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember, if it doesn't work, it doesn't have the job.
Later, Marks.